Hello everybody and welcome to my video presentation. Today I will be presenting on the topic of climate change. So let's ask ourselves, what is climate change? So climate change is defined as long-term shifts in temperatures and patterns that affect the planet. So climate change is caused by human activity such as the burning of fossil fuels. So fossil fuels produce greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane, which increase the world temperature, which is not good for the planet. Now, I will talk about the causes of climate change. So the first cause is deforestation. This is because trees absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, which is necessary for all living things on the planet. In addition, carbon dioxide is a gas which is a greenhouse gas, which causes the greenhouse effect if not managed properly. So due to the lack of trees, there will be an increase in carbon dioxide levels, causing an increase in greenhouse gases and an increase in greenhouse effect. Next, we will move on to vehicle emissions. Vehicle emissions are emissions such as smoke, which are produced by vehicles such as cars, trucks, and other automobiles. So these emissions pollute the air and are also harmful emissions that can affect both humans and plants. And due to the large amount of cars, there'll be a large amount of emissions produced, which is not good for the environment. Following that, we have industrial emissions. Industrial emissions are emissions that are produced by factories which burn large amounts of fossil fuels and produce harmful emissions at a large scale. Following that, we have power generation. Power generation, this is because buildings require a lot of electricity, which where electricity is made through the burning of fossil fuels. So, in our modern era, there are a lot of buildings that require power. Therefore, a large amount of fossil fuel is burned, and this also releases a large amount of greenhouse gases. Now, I'll give some examples of the effects of climate change, such as a rise in hotter temperatures due to the increase in climate from the greenhouse gases, and natural disasters such as tornadoes and coastal erosion. Also, there will be a rise in sea levels due to the rise in temperature causing the melting of ice caps. There are also droughts due to the increase in temperature causing evaporation of water, such as the lakes and rivers, and also the loss of wildlife and aquatic life due to the increase in temperature, making the environment inhabitable for certain species of life. Following that, now I would like to talk about some ways to reduce or prevent climate change. So the first is the utilization of hybrid or of greener transport such as hybrid or electric vehicles and also public transport. This is because by utilizing these, there will be less greenhouse gases emitted due to the reduction of amount of vehicles on the road. Not only that, hybrid and electric vehicles also do not release emissions as much as a regular gas vehicle. Next, I'll like is reducing of traveling. This is because planes are a vehicle which produce a large amount of emissions, much more than like cars and trucks. Following that, the utilization of the 4R, such as the reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle, will also help in reducing climate change. Mm. Following that is to reduce deforestation. This is because deforestation uh, takes away trees, which absorb carbon dioxide. So by reducing deforestation, there will be more trees that can absorb carbon dioxide. And if we really need to cut trees, we should cut old or inconvenient trees in the area instead of cutting young new trees which absorb more carbon dioxide. For, and in addition to this, we can also replant more trees to absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen for the planet. Finally, we can also reduce the energy use energy, as I stated before, electricity burns a large amount of fossil fuels. So by reducing that, we also reduce the amount of fossil fuels burnt, therefore releasing less greenhouse gases. So to conclude this video, Climate change is an issue that will cause severe issues if no action is properly taken, and its current effects are already having such a large impact on the world in a negative way. So therefore, governments, companies, and organizations should take their action and with the resources that they have, and society also needs to play a part to sustain the world. Thank you for listening.